Executive Director of Texas Public Employees Association, and occasionally I'm remiss at telling you what Texas Public Employees Association is. Texas Public Employees Association represents all state employees and retirees across the state. So we're not just interested in one segment or one area. We try to work for the best interest of all of our workforce and therefore our agencies and taxpayers as well. We are here to support the Facilities Commission budget request in several ways. One is to echo what was previously said about workforce issues and turnover and attracting and retaining state employees. It's a big issue not only for this agency, but all state agencies. The last inflation-adjusted pay raise was September 1st, 2014, and since that time, the value of that dollar has gone down by 27%, while costs keep rising. And you not only see the costs rising for your workforce, but also the agency. You see the building materials increase as well as everything else that is inflation related on projects. And so we would respectfully request that you consider a inflation adjusted pay raise for all state employees, including the Facilities Commission. One of the things that the Facilities Commission said in their workforce report is, as well as a lot of state agencies, in the old days, the Classification Act had groups and steps, and you would hire in at step one or at the lowest level step. Now agencies are finding that they're having to offer higher salaries than the beginning salaries to attract employees. Well, what happens when you do that? And I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. They need to do that. But what happens is that you have salary compression. So you could have two employees side by side, one who's a brand new employee who is making either a similar amount of money or even more than an existing employee who has experience and some more technical knowledge. And so that is an issue as far as retaining people, because then you have an unhappy workforce. The other thing to keep in mind is, although some agencies may not have as much turnover as the other, you have to look at people who are eligible to retire, whether they're already eligible to retire or going to be eligible to retire this next biennium. And the agency has about 31% of their employees either currently eligible or that will be eligible to retire by 9/1/2026. So that's 56 people in 2022 that are currently eligible to retire. What that causes is, if you don't have a workforce behind them, succession problems. And when you have succession problems and experience issues, bad things happen. These buildings are important, as well as a lot of the other services that people provide. The final comment that I'd like to make is that the comment about the buildings and the aging of the buildings is so important for this agency to continue the great work that they do in terms of facilities. One of the lowest scores on the survey of employee engagement after salary is workforce environment or workplace environment. There's a number of buildings across the state that are hundreds of years old or aging and has holes in the ceilings and holes in the wall. And taking care of that and having a plan to take care of it like this agency does in their requests, we certainly support that, because that means that your workforce is coming to a safe place to do their work. And I think that's important as well. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have or provide any additional information. And I thank you for your service, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you. I don't see any questions, so thank you for your time.